Welcome to Invest. We'll talk about investing, finance, or professional development. As the recording time of 10:16 a.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum contract $2,563, down about 0.21% so far. With respect to the overall crypto market, we are relatively flat, kind of normalized at the moment, not really up or down. And it's been trading like this for the last, I would say, 24 hours so far. And yesterday was relatively the same, just hovering back and forth above and below the 2621, which, as we know, is a consolidated level. It's a comfortable resistance level that we tend to have a propensity to glide at. So we've been doing that for basically for a while now, until this morning. And with respect to Sunday, what's the timing that we should be expecting as the international side of the house start to pick up is later today, with respect to around like 4:30 p.m., 5:30 p.m. as the other side of the world start to wake up and the media front will start to pick up as well. And on the media front, across the spectrum, the main catalyst is still driven by the Russian-Ukraine war. It seems like the death toll has been rising after the Ukrainian military base has been targeted. There's been just casualties of approximating about 7,000 Ukrainian troops has been killed so far. And obviously with the bombing, the country's literally being destroyed on a day-to-day basis. There are people fleeing the countries to the respective alliance countries to, for safety. So there are a lot of refugees that's being cultivated on a day-to-day basis. In addition to that, there are some foreshadow news coming from the NATO chief warning to the world that Russia may be using chemical weapon against Ukraine. Even some foreshadow around nuclear weapon at the same time, but I don't foresee that to be the case. But I'm not a political scientist, nor do I have a point of view about this, but this is definitely one of the most unfortunate, occurrences in our lifetimes. And I just hope, that it will subside over time, right? So let's just dive into technicals without being, dragging on a little bit more. So let's just look into it right now. Respect to recording time of approximately 10:20 a.m. on Eastern Time. Again, we're lying below the 2621, and right now the pattern is still, not the most bullish, right? We still have the head and shoulder pattern with the head, shoulder, shoulder. So with respect to FOMC meeting, ultimately we do not know what Jerome's going to say, right? But with the fear mongering that's going on, the uncertain factor driving the fear index to be high, right? I think, coming down to like ideally like the 2500, which is where we're kind of at right now, like 2485, which was the level that we kind of was bouncing around before, would be logical. The worst would be like 2362, right? I don't foresee us to be crashing all the way down to like the low 2000s, like the 2100 or 2150, if you may, right? Because ultimately it needs to trade on a logical frame of spectrum, right? And luckily we are relatively depleted at the 43 out of 70. And as we allow the market to cool down and self-correct itself, we should, test again somewhere around like the lower levels and then recuperate and then come back up from here. So that's the where I believe that we should be doing. And I think we're in the stage of like capitulation, and then we're going to get to like the bottom stage of the despair, and then subsequently will be normalization from here. So with respect to Bitcoin is comparable in affectation. You can see that there's obviously a head, shoulder, shoulder. 37,500 is where we should be ideally gliding to with the 46 out of 70. Do we see like anywhere lower? I think the lowest level would be testing, retesting where we were, or, with that flash crash that happened on the 24th of February last month. But do we see like anywhere lower than that? Let's say like the low 28,000 or something, 25,000, something really, really exogenous like that. I would say no, because ultimately we have to trade on a logical fashion. So right now, these are the levels I would watch out for. With respect to Dogecoin, down about 1%. 1142 right now. Anywhere from basically current level all the way to 1066 is logical. It's the logical dip right now with the 35 out of 70. So if out of all times to buy, these are the perfect times to buy. Like right now it's the exact opposite of when we were trading all-time high, when we were forming an apex on a MACD. At the same time on the RSI scale we were like at the 61 out of 70. So Cardano's up about 2.20% at 39 out of 70. And the reason we're bouncing is because, for firstly, we have a mini golden cross. And secondly, we were forming a valley on the RSI. So that means we were looking for a reason to rebound, right? So we were like obviously depleted at the 36 out of 70. So again, this is just technical speaking the truth, not really a specific reason why that is. Just that it's been depleted for a while and it's looking for a reason to be surging, so that's why it's surging right now. Solana, it's let's zoom in a little bit. 81 right now at the 40 out of 70. We are on a good side of the spectrum, so the MACD is below the signal line, crossing up. So anywhere from current level to 75 is still logical. I think there will be a pump coming based on what I'm seeing so far. It looks like a mini golden cross, so we might coming back up to like the 88 or try to test 90 again based on the current setup, because it's relatively depleted. So anywhere from current level to 75 is still logical for us. XRP seems like just again we were forming that apex, right? Remember? And we were forming a wedge. As we squeeze a wedge, we form like a squeeze, and squeeze will go up, right? And that's why we have this green candle here. This is just technical speaking the truth again. Downward wedge is always translating into an upward surge. But then we hit a resistance at the 78, right? And you could see that because of the pump, we try even to get up to the 85. 85 was not a real level, as you know, because it's a flat number. 90, 85, 95, 100, these are not real numbers. The real number is 88 cents, right? And as you got to 88 cents, you would need to wait until can we go to 93 cents and then 101, not just $1. Like, you have to be real meticulous about these ones, because there's a differentiation between like flat numbers versus like actual technical resistance levels. So right now, we are gliding back down to 78 cents because it's a logical one to be comfortable laying on. But on the MACD front, we are still, not the most bullish, right? With the 54 out of 70. So ideally coming back down below to, 69 again would be logical, as we need to deplete the RSI. I would not touch this until we come back down to like 63 to 57. I'm not saying we will, but I'm just saying if I was to incur risk, I would not be buying at this setup at the moment. Polkadot is at about 1%, anywhere from basically 16 to 1406 from here with a 49 out of 70. Algorand, flat as well. Basically, we're bleeding, and I think anywhere from basically current level to the 68 from here. I think the RSI is something funky going on. Let me just make sure that we got that correct. Yeah, 35 out of 70. So it's if you were to buy, this would be like the rock bottom basically. Shiba Inu low 2000s, right? 2100, 1400 to 900 from here. MACD is not doing much. Again, 143 to 120, so we are within it right now. So feel free to think about if you want to incur risk from MACD. AVAX not doing anything as well. This is a head, shoulder, so 59 to 50 would be where I would be buying at. Luna is struggling. You could see that people are trying to buy right now because this is a resistance level at the 90, and 90 is a flat number. Like, I don't have to explain this to you why, right? Because it's an easy number to look at. People think it's gonna go back up to like the 95 and then go up to 100 because like, oh, it's gonna keep going all-time high. But we know this is a clear depth cross, right? We're about to cross down with a 60 out of 70. So I think if you've been watching my video for quite some time, you know what's gonna be happening next, right? So 62, 52 to 45 from here. Okay. So hope you guys have a good day. I'm wearing a green hat out of good spirits for you guys. So let me know if you have any questions during the day, and take care.